CSI project was funded by Eric's development partners from Sweden. It had three main objectives. That is education enhancement, prevention of communicable diseases, and the third one was strengthening child protection systems in the community. In education, we had issues of dropout, early marriages, poor enrollment in schools, and the project has been addressing quality issues in the schools to see that we improve on the enrollment, we reduce on dropout, and also we motivate teachers to help the learners to support the children to improve on their performance.
I am giving thanks to the SOS organization for promoting the child rights in the villages and in schools. When the SOS organization were not there, they used to cane us in school and in the communities. But when the organization came, the teachers were not now caning us. We were free in the environments. Now we read our books as we want. We did anything we want. Now I'm giving thanks to the SOS for promoting child rights in school and in the environment.
The status of the school when I came, the challenge that I met were the following. One, there was low parent contribution, low parent attendance in meetings, escape of the children at school, high dropout rate, late coming of the teachers. So what we did in 2016 with the help of the SOS, we were trained on how to come up with what we call the school development plan. And indeed we did that one for 5 years. So with the parent engagement, what we did, we had agreed that all the teachers have to be accommodated at school. Indeed, I'm very happy as I speak right now. By the end of this time, we'll find all the teachers are accommodating at school. They trained us on how we can manage the sanitation. They even supported us with what we call the tools, the wheelbarrow, the hose, the pangas. We have a guidance council with the ERIC support. They have given us a bench, they have given us the table where children are now getting used to. When they have their problem, they go to the specific teacher. They are helping in guiding and counseling. This is also helping a lot in reducing the indiscipline cases.
We have had trainings of those teachers in farmer field schools where they have received the support in form of seeds and skills to continue carrying on the farmer field school to supplement on the daily feeding program at school.
The SOS supported us so much. They gave us food stuff because there's already a program for the feeding program in the school by the government. They gave us 350 kilograms of maize flour. Then they gave us 150 kilograms of beans.
Teachers feel that their salary is not enough to sustain them because some of the teachers have even their children in university. So they were not able to pay. As a result, they would go and get multiple loans in about 2-3 banks. At the end of the month, they will have nothing to use for the family. So the Erics also thought of introducing the village saving scheme to the teachers. And now we have our Abuga Primary School village saving scheme. We sit every Tuesday afternoon and save the little we have. Last year we were able to save 3 million at the end of the term.
For example, assuming we have A out of B.
In the savings program, the benefits that we as teachers have been able to get is that we are able actually to have financial support, though in a smaller kind of amount. It helps us so much. As long as the salary tries to do what? To delay. You'll find that at least teachers have something little to depend on.
In preventive health, majorly we look at the wash standards, and also we look at the other bit of water and sanitation chain. We need families to have the minimum wash standard, of which an ideal homestead should have. One is the latrine, which is key for disposal of those waste. Nearby the latrine, we need to have also a tippy tap, whereby a tippy tap and a shop, whereby after visiting the latrine, you need to wash your hand and clean it well. And within also the homestead, we need to have the drying racks. These are where we can keep our utensils after washing, because you know when we wash and we take directly to the house, at times it is contaminated still with germs, but with the heat and whatever, the germs are cleared and it makes it easy to use it for other purpose. Also in the homestead, we need to have a rubbish pit where all this waste from the kitchen, from maybe the compound we sweep, we need to take all this rubbish to the pit. Also in that element of preventive health, also we look at the water chain. The water chain, at the water point, we have the water user committee. For the families who always go to fetch water, what is expected of them? They need to go when they have clean container. The container can either be cleaned from home to maybe you can also clean it from the water point. When the person who is going to fetch water has fetched water, you need to transport it back home. From home, we need to pour it in a good storage place, of which in most cases here is the pot. In the pot should have the lid, on the lid should have a 2 cups system, whereby one is for scooping, the other one is for taking water. You scoop and you pour in the other cup and you take. The one which you have taken, the cups that you have used it for taking water, you drop it in the bucket. It is rewash.
This project came here in 2016. They taught us very many things, how to keep hygiene and sanitation in our homes. And they train even the leaders and the VHT around. So as the result, here in my home where I'm standing, you can turn around and see there is a drying rack, rubbish pit, pit latrine, and a tippy tap. So we use those things for the hygiene of our home. And now as the result of this training by the ERIS project, we are now spending less money on hospital. We save more, because in the past, where we were not yet taught about the family or the home hygiene and sanitation, we used to spend more on hospital bill. But now we are saving, at least we can now save as 10,000 per month, because we don't spend more on what? On hospital bills.
We have been with this project since 2016, and since then we have had a lot of trainings for caregivers, because you have to be aware on the rights of the child. Then we strengthen the structure, the sub-county and the community. We usually train them to know and recognize the rights of children. And finally, for the children themselves, we also engage them for them to know how to express themselves, for them to know their rights. We usually conduct exchange visits. We go to one school, we take children there, we go to another school, and they converse. We create a platform for them to exchange ideas and experience. So in this particular case, this child was kidnapped and taken some few kilometers away from home to a place where there has been children who have been kidnapped, a lot of children. The place is called For God. That is where this child was taken. Well, this child just knew that he was not in his usual environment, saw the children that were around. He was not satisfied. So by herself, she escaped and came back. But meanwhile, her parents have called our office and reported this case. So what we did was to send Frida. Frida came. By the time she came, the child was back at home. But in any case, we pursued the case. We went for that man not to kidnap other children again. We went and arrested him, took him to the police, and took him to court. In the meantime, the child is now here. She's doing well. She's at home with her caregiver. So that is the whole story behind this case. There are a lot of cases like that. There are cases of handicapped children that we have provided for to go to school. There are cases of children who are neglected, but we have made sure that they are reconciled with their parents. And a lot of cases. Last year we had about 90 cases that we addressed through funding from ERICS.
This project has been implemented for 3 years, and we have been in close partnership with the community structures, sub-county, and the district.
With the intervention of this ERIC project, a lot has been done. They have captured very many things, and whereby it has brought a very big impact to the sub-county in the educational sector. Enrollment went up, and on health, there is awareness. Right now, sanitation is not a very big problem. Child protection, this one is very sensitive, and we are very, very, very happy because they have created very many things, and as I'm speaking now, there is a very clear referral pathway. ERICS has done a lot. I remember in Objective 1, which talks of education, there have been a lot of activities done there. We have built the capacity of teachers. We have had also exchange visits for teachers where they have been having experience sharing with other teachers in other districts. So it helped them a lot. Before ERICS, SMC and PTA had no monitoring records, but now when you go to schools, they will be having all the monitoring records. We had a problem on wash facilities. Always people did not know even how to use a latrine. The level of latrine coverage at the sub-county had been low, but during the implementation of the project and Objective 2, we have had improvement in the level of people having latrine at the sub-county. I will appreciate always what ERICS has done, building capacity of WAP. Right now WAP are doing a great job. They are now facilitating. We have a lot of activities during child protection. We have also debates, we have also exchange visits for pupils who are also encouraging, and now they have good participation.
We want to thank ERICS. They provided the fund, but they did it through SOS Uganda, SOS International Uganda. And they have been flexible. They are very, very good. They are very different from other donors.